My experience yesterday down at the state capitol compelled me to take a few moments this morning to reach out to those of you who are ministers, pastors, evangelists in our local churches in Tennessee, to help you understand why I believe Ministers' Day on the Hill is so important and why it is not a day away from ministry, but a day for ministry. Right now, the legislature is debating Insure Tennessee. I went down to the Capitol actually to speak to some legislators about other issues that our organization will be addressing directly, and inevitably in almost all of those conversations, Insure Tennessee came up. And as I looked into the eyes of many of these legislators, you could see the weight of the decision that was upon them and how they were grappling with how to balance the tensions between some practical realities that are very hard and what they believe theologically, what they believe philosophically, trying to decide what the right thing is to do. And I felt for them because, you see, for 12 years I was in the state Senate, and I went through the issues involving TennCare and the budget battles that we had in the early 2000s. I experienced that weight, and it reminded me, and I say this not as a word of condemnation, but as one of exhortation, that in my 12 years, there were only 2 ministers that came to my office to meet with me and to pray with and for me. One was a group of ministers from one church, and one was a minister from a particular church, and thank God that one minister came every year. But I share that because that stood out to me. It stands out to me today that they cared enough to come to where I was trying to be a minister of God and to say, I care about what you're doing, because you are a minister of God. And I want to pray for you as you bear the weight of decisions that will affect over 6 million people. So I want to urge you to think hard, pray hard about the possibility of taking some time away from your regular, normal, everyday ministry, which I know is important and presses on you in ways I can't imagine, but to come minister to these people whom the Scripture calls ministers of God. And you will see in their faces, when you see them, to meet with them, to pray for them, you will see the weight that is upon their shoulders. And you'll know why we are urged to pray for all those in authority. So please, come join us for Ministers' Day on the Hill, February 24th, at the old Supreme Court Chambers, first floor, State Capitol. I look forward to seeing you then.